What's up, world, and welcome to Baller Chat TV. Today we're going to jump right in, and I'll basically give you my reaction as I watched the game last night, Game 5 of the NBA series. So, to start off, look, the Warriors were having their way. They was up, and I was, really feeling it, taking it for a joke. I was like, look, every time Draymond score, I'm going to go ahead and check my timeline because people were putting up all kind of crazy memes and pictures and stats and stuff like that. All right, so besides that, look, I gave a shout out to Gary Payton, definitely a corner specialist. Anytime you see him, three range in the corner, it's a hit, it's going in, and they were able to run that play a few times to get it started in the first quarter. But in other news, I was checking out the game and I noticed, dang, Marcus Smart hair got greener than it already was. But anyways, back to the game. Draymond, he came through and he was working in Game 5, especially in the first quarter. I mean, mouth hanging open. Then they had something where they had to reset the clock back to .2. That was crazy enough. Jayson Tatum definitely started picking it up with that nasty fadeaway. But to end the first quarter, Golden State was up like Cardi. Now, getting into the second quarter, I definitely was paying attention to Jordan Poole's defense. And, he was jumping way too much like somebody on 2K or whatever. So, he definitely have to improve that defense. But Clay, he showed something different. He was backing old boy down in the post, and I was excited. I wanted to see him do a post move or something. But he ended up doing a pass, and it was a lot of ball movement. And they were able to score. So, it's second quarter. Draymond got his second foul. But it's all good because Golden State was still up at this point. Now, although Golden State was doing really good, one person they couldn't really stop was Robert Williams. It definitely was a big man game. He did his thing on offense and defense. However, Andrew Wiggins definitely handled business as the big man for the Warriors. He was leading the team in points and rebounds. And honestly, the Celtics were struggling. They were not hitting threes at all. I put online, true definition of never give up. It was insane. 7 minutes left, second quarter, and they still jacking up threes. Nothing was hitting. In fact, at that point, they had missed 12 three-pointers, and the commentators were wilding, just talking trash about everybody until Jayson Tatum hit a three. Then Al Horford hit a three, and the Celtics really started to pick up a little bit. However, the Warriors were still up by 12, and this is mainly because Andrew Wiggins was carrying 16 points and 7 rebounds at halftime. So I'm preaching Warriors in 6, but what do I know? I also take a slight jab at Jaylen Brown and was like, look, he was ghost in the first half. I don't even remember seeing him play too much. I had to go check, make sure he wasn't injured or something like that. So now is the third quarter, and I don't know what happened. The Celtics went crazy. Jayson Tatum was hitting threes, and next thing you know, they were down by 2. So I started getting upset. I'm like, man, look, the Warriors rushing. They need to follow their shot. They wasn't getting too many rebounds off at that time. Definitely needed to slow down and just improve. But Tatum hit another three, and I was like, what the hell? 2K, this boy must have had some Gatorade boost or something during halftime because he was on fire and ended up tying the game. So his momentum definitely went to his teammates, and they was able to hit 8 threes in a row. Can't make this up. So, look, I started getting salty and upset. I'm like, Warrior fans right now all got the Kim Kardashian cry face. I need Draymond to explain this on the podcast. Steve Kerr was too damn calm. I was like, he need to do something. I need Steph to turn into the Harlem Globetrotter like he always is and start hitting some trick shots. Do whatever it takes for us to bounce back. And Gary Payton must have got the memo because the commentator said, I just hate when floppers get rewarded. Payton definitely flopped. So yeah, he did flop, but the Warriors were able to get the ball back. Then as soon as a little progress was made, Clay ended up getting benched for having his fourth foul. So, I was like, I don't know how that's gonna go. But Jordan Poole definitely came in clutch, and he made a buzzer beater to end the third quarter. So I was excited for that. Alright, so the game was getting like real intense, and when the fourth quarter started, we saw Curry on the bench, and Golden State was just going too fast, rushing their shots. It wasn't coming off. But when you really look at the stats, it wasn't as bad as it could have been. For example, you had Derek White, who was held down to only 1 point for the Celtics, even though he was in the game for 20 minutes of playtime. And Clay, Poole, and Wiggins went to work and definitely held it down since Steph wasn't hitting any threes. And I mean, it was 5 minutes remaining. Warriors are up. Jayson Tatum gets fouled. He go to the free throw line and miss. Then Steph was able to go through and hit a quick floater. So at this point, I call game. I'm like, it's over. I was sleep good tonight. And I start looking at the dudes cleaning the hell out of the floor. But I start paying attention again because Draymond start tripping, man. And he's yelling at Steve Kerr because he wants a play to be reviewed. I know Draymond is very outspoken and passionate about basketball. But I'm like, I would have benched him because don't talk to me like that in front of everybody. Like, you tripping. However, Steve Kerr did get the play reviewed, and at the end of the day, Draymond still fouled out. So he did all of that cutting up for no reason. So with everybody in foul trouble and Steph not hitting any threes, I think Andrew Wiggins definitely should have got the game ball because he balled hard that night. And I was upset with Sling because I was watching the game. I mean, they only had maybe a minute or so left, but it cut off right at 10:30. So I'm like, who does that? Like, y'all gonna make me go to another little quick service provider. But it didn't matter because it was already over. And thanks to Andrew Wiggins, the Warriors won the game. So I was able to go to sleep in peace. Now, this is my quick summary, overview, reaction of the game. This is something different. My first time doing this. So I want to hear from y'all in the comments. Should I do this again? Yes or no? And as always, you know how this go on social media. If you enjoyed this content, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more, y'all. Until next time.